Voice of Seneca College. I'm Toasty Tom, and we're finally starting. Welcome back. Semester 4 has started, and that means we get to be here with you. What a great time. I know it's you've enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed it too, because there's nothing better than just sitting down with friends and having a little chat. Speaking of friends, we have a very special friend here today. Introduce yourself, Brittany.
Hi, I'm Brittany.
Hi.
Hi, Say Radio. I'm from BratKat Variety. It's a YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good YouTube channel. I highly recommend it.
Oh, boy. Aw, shucks.
We'll get to the shameless plug right at the end, but if you have some time in between now and then, make sure you go check her stuff out. It's really funny. It's mostly like variety stuff. In fact, your Twitter handle is BratKat Variety.
Yeah.
So you do have a lot of stuff to do with like gaming and different pop culture references, but you do sort of pretty much everything.
Yeah. Right now we've mostly been focusing on game stuff. I would love to expand. I really want to work more on skits and stuff. I have some stuff planned for the future that's not gaming at all. Ooh. Exciting.
That's actually really cool.
Kind of just lifestyle sort of
it's yoga.
humor.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's the opposite of hot yoga. It's just cold yoga.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
cool.
Just your
Cool.
I'd love that.
Yoga Canada.
Yeah.
Bring it.
What is the Frozen character? I actually don't know.
Elsa.
Elsa.
Elise.
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. Probably should.
It's a little overrated, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go into it thinking that it's like a movie that is enjoyable, you will like it.
You're not looking for the top quality. You're not going in for Shawshank Redemption here.
No. I mean, it's like,
So, pro tip of the day, don't go and watch Frozen and think it's going to be Shawshank Redemption.
It's a good way to live, man.
Yeah.
It's a good way to live.
If there's one thing to take away.
You're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
No, but speaking of your sort of show, recently you sort of obviously had a little bit of a stop. We've all been busy with holidays and Christmas and whatnot. But have you sort of like found it inspirational to look at your life and your family and your friends and sort of incorporate them into the work that you've done so far?
Oh, absolutely. I usually because we do. Even with we do a lot of game reviews and stuff, but even with the game reviews, we'll have skits in between, just try and make it a little, comedic. Try, anyway. Maybe not succeed, but, we try.
Yeah.
And, it's usually whoever's nearby. I'm like, please come in. So it's really, it makes the, shooting the episodes a lot more fun when you're working with friends, and I know a lot of super talented people, so I'm just really lucky to have friends that are awesome at everything. So So especially since you went to here Seneca for acting. I did,
I believe.
Mm-hmm. There's a trend with this show.
Yeah, in fact, you might say that we are students and former students only, pretty much
from the acting program.
Yeah, which is I think a good thing since it is about talented people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't have another radio student on because let's be honest, I'm not talented. I just sit and talk.
You're making this show happen, buddy.
No, I press 3 buttons. In fact, I wish you could see it out there because,
dude, that's my entire job here.
That board
pressing
looks,
3 buttons.
Man, that board looks complicated, though. If you didn't know what 3 buttons to press,
it's true.
If you were me,
if
it would be very intimidating.
I could have pressed the telephone line. That would have been much worse.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we're actually really trying to get this incorporated, so look forward to this. We might have the capabilities later down the line to have some call-ins.
Nice.
That's
cool.
How
cool would that be?
That's super
So then we can
cool.
get people like, hey, BratKat people, you're awesome out there. Come listen to us and ask your questions to Brittany.
That's
so maybe
such
next
a good
time
idea.
you're on, because I'm sure this will be a recurring thing because we love to bring back.
I mean, I don't know if I want to be on with you.
Okay, that's fine. Atilia will just be here.
Yeah, I can be Brittany for a day.
I need to hear your BratKat impression.
I don't watch your videos. I don't.
I am so offended.
Of course I watch your videos.
Yeah. Okay. You've won me back. I'll come back on.
I'm just not a big fan of what you're doing. I'm sorry. I don't mean it.
I'm gonna go now.
I'm sorry.
To be honest, I don't like funny.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't like humor. I just find it not
fun is just a 4-letter word to me. It means nothing.
Wait, sorry, what?
Oh man, the rails are coming off. Awesome.
I was going to say, this is probably the most like our normal conversation.
Yeah.
Like, usually we're a little bit more professional because we don't hang out all the time with the people that we bring in. They're good friends, but, you know, we're not there seeing every week and stuff like that. But, like, with Brittany, I mean...
Professionalism is out the door!
Oh, boy.
No, on our side, I think, more so. Like, you're sitting there and you're looking like you're ready to talk at any time.
No. It's just all appearance. In my head.
I want to sort of get a little bit more into the video, like, in particular, specific videos.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, if you don't know, she's covered many different things. One in particular that I want to sort of talk about is the Pokemon Go video.
Oh, yeah.
And the sort of the spin that you took on it, because you didn't do a normal video about Pokemon Go. No. Why? What happened?
That was super out of my own experiences. Most of my stuff comes from my own take on life, I guess. But Pokemon Go, I don't know if you remember, it's kind of dead now. There's a bit of a resurgence, but it's not as much as when it was out. When it was out, people were going insane over it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I was one of them. I was playing it all the time. And so it was a skit we did about Pokemon Go and how it was called Your Friend That's Too Obsessed with Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Something like that.
We all have one.
Yeah.
I was one.
It gets dark.
Never
touched it. It gets real dark. It's good. It's like severe Pokemon Go addiction.
Oh.
It was real.
Yeah, no, seriously. By the end of it, I was like reconsidering if I wanted to play.
Yeah, it's kind of a PSA.
Yeah.
For people who aren't playing Pokemon Go but were interested in it, that's the line you walk.
It's a Pokemon service announcement for those who aren't in the know.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
What?
How do you do that, Attilio?
Well, I'm fueled by monsters, so my brain goes at like a mile a minute.
Okay, so it's just like,
which is just 60 miles an hour, so it's not that impressive.
I think for a brain to go that fast, I think it's pretty impressive.
They don't even have legs, man. How does that work?
No, it's true. It's true. Unless they do. We're going off into some tangential.
Yeah, I'm a little lost, but I like it.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It'll circle back around by the end, I promise.
Yeah, no, exactly. So you've done the Pokemon Go one. You've done one on a game that I don't even know what it was called. It was like
the horses one.
The BratKat one as well.
One?
The Brats one. Sorry. you did a video on BratKat. That was great.
Yeah, that one on myself.
Yeah. No,
it's a documentary. It's like 2 hours long. Yeah.
It starts in Newfoundland.
Next video will be a self-roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, that reference to someone else we know, maybe?
I was going to say something, but I probably shouldn't.
Ooh.
No.
See, now everyone wants you to.
Nah, it's fine.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think before I think.
That's okay. That's why we're on radio. So, like, we can never take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll never be on the internet after I put it on YouTube later.
It's so safe doing a live show. Nothing goes wrong.
No, not at all. We haven't really had too bad of an experience. That's for sure. So I want to just sort of know, like, for my process for creativity is I just sort of sit down, I sit there, and I'll just, like, figure out a way to incorporate an idea into a bigger idea. Like, I'll just think of one thing in particular, like, very, very small, and try to expand it.
Yeah.
What is your sort of creative process? Like, that's mine. Everybody sort of does something different, right?
The creative process is super interesting, I think, because it's so personal.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is very... I've had to fine-tune it. It's been a huge process trying to figure out my process. But most times, especially with game reviews, I'll just get kind of an idea of an opening skit of how I want to push myself into the game. And then from that opening skit, what I'll do is I'll usually play the game and record footage, and then as I'm playing back the footage, I'll write the rest of the script. So I'll notice, like, how I kind of felt while I was playing.
Yeah, relive it.
Yeah, when I first started, I would write the script first and then play the game, and I found that wasn't good enough. There wasn't enough content.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what works for me, because then you can, like, watch back your footage in real time, and then you can write as you're watching
Definitely.
it.
And I think that way would be a bit more personal.
Yeah.
Like, it's more about your exact experience, other than, like, let's say I wanted to talk about, like, NHL games. So I write a script about, like, hockey. Yeah. But then you find out there's, like, some game-breaking thing, and that, like, as you get the gameplay, it's just like you could totally turn that around.
Yeah, exactly. When
Right?
I was first writing, like, and I'd record the footage after I was finished writing or finished shooting the actual, like, footage of me, I found that I would find more material and be like, I wish I put that in, like, so I just decided to switch it up.
That's true. Yeah. But now you're getting into that thing where you don't need to regret not putting anything in.
When you have a ritual, it makes it easier, because when you're trying to put stuff out and be consistent, you have to find a way to make something when your ideas are just not there. So if you have the ritual of, like, do A plus B plus C for your creative process, it makes it easier to get into that mindset.
All of you listening out there who want to get onto YouTube, there's a little bit of advice to think of it more as like like lots of small projects, maybe.
Yeah,
right. Instead
totally.
Of like just like I'm writing a video and now I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
right?
and like I find if you think of it as an exercise instead of this big like looming project where it's like I have to get a video out. If I'm like I'm just gonna start writing and if it's crap I can throw it away. But I'm gonna just go through the motions first, and then that usually calms me, because I know that writing, especially with deadlines, like for me personally anyway, can be very scary.
I think we all sort of understand that.
Yeah.
Like, deadlines are something that's you'll see, and it's like, oh, if it's not perfect by this exact day, like, oh no. But I mean, you know, watching your content, I'd say they come out pretty damn good.
Thank you. Oh, I didn't know this was going to be a love fest. I'm so cool with it.
You probably haven't heard many of our shows then. It's usually just
I've listened to one.
Yeah, no,
or
totally.
Two.
Oh boy. It's more than I've listened to, so that's good.
It's true, me neither. I hear myself enough, okay?
Yeah.
Almost 100% of the time I hear myself.
I mean, only when you're talking.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. When you're listening, I don't know what I'm saying. So.
Well, you know, we've only had like a coffee and a Monster or something like that.
Well, I have my Monster.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Hello,
drink
friend.
that up.
So, because like this is sort of a genuine theme that I think really everybody sort of in our field of work of performing, editing and everything like that, everybody sort of does need to work on this skill in particular, which I haven't said yet. And I think we can all sort of speak our little minds on it a little bit. But social media.
Yeah.
Social media.
Oh,
what an important thing it is to be able to be active and engaging on social media right now.
It's important for everything. Like, you look at even like Wendy's. The Wendy's Twitter is so important.
Yeah,
They're doing so much, and everyone talks about Wendy's Twitter.
100%.
What great publicity is that? And you didn't even have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, well, you have a PR person that I'm sure you pay for, but
roasts people.
you know.
It's the same thing. I think back, what was it? Probably over a year now, when A&W came out with their YouTube ads.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
And it was just like come buy this burger. And that was it.
They were awesome because it was just no nonsense, 2 seconds, and you could skip the ad.
It's crazy. And like you'll talk about that. You'll like
totally.
what we're doing right now. It's just like you just see this one thing. If you can get that one form of post that like people can say like I agree with that, or I like that. Well, it can blow up.
Yeah, well, the thing too, like, people skip ads. So A&W was like, well, screw this. Like, if people are going to skip the ad, we might as well just put all the information in the 5 seconds before they skip.
Buckley's does that now.
Yeah, it's smart. I think it's really, really smart.
Yeah. And Seepacol, which has David Fraser, who you had as a professor.
Yeah, he's a...
blew my mind when I saw the little blue man on the screen.
I know that guy. I saw that commercial, and I was home.
Shout-outs to him.
Shout-outs to David Fraser,
always.
absolutely.
He's everyone's dad, and it's awesome.
He is the best. I love David Fraser. I saw that commercial when I was home. I'm from Newfoundland, so I went home for Christmas, and I was so excited. I was like, "He's my teacher, everyone!" No, and they were like, "Yeah, that's whatever." Like, obviously,
it's really surreal to like see, because there's David, and then there's Rick Waugh, who you didn't have, but he's in the Hyundai ads.
I think I've heard that of him.
Yeah,
I think
he teaches here. He was Wesker in a couple of Resident Evil games, which is rad. But he's in the Hyundai ads on TV with the German guy, the Asian guy, and Rick Waugh is the American. He's from London, but he's the American.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird to see like people that you interact with on.
I just get
screens.
excited that like I just get excited for anyone I know to be successful. So like when I see someone doing, especially with acting, because that's something I took, so it's close to my heart. So when I see teachers or fellow students or anybody on stuff, I get super excited.
Like TJ, who we had on last year, is in BMO ads now.
Oh, awesome!
Yay!
He's on TV.
I haven't seen that. That's super cool.
Me neither.
TJ's in my class.
Facebook posts about it, but like I haven't. I want to see it.
I need to see that. That's awesome.
Set my DVR to the BMO channel, but
I guess we lost one of our bring back guests. He's too big for us now.
You know he would come back. He's amazing.
Exactly. He's actually a really sweet guy.
It's just really cool, like that. It's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like, this is someone who like was shaking my hand a month ago, and now they're in X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Which happened, and that's cool. I don't know how I got that from social media. I'm sorry. I feel like I just haven't talked in a while.
Have you not been in our show before?
I'm like only really ever 50% here anyway.
Oh, that's okay.
It's just like counting the seconds till my next.
I'm about that too. I'm never all here.
That's all right. It's kind of the field you're in.
I'll be the 200% to make up for your
loss.
Yeah.
Good. We're gonna need it.
Yeah. I'm gonna like wave my arms around and everything. Like
just don't hit the microphone.
That's okay.
Or do. It's your show.
I mean, it's our show.
Okay. Then I'll hit the microphone too. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But so I personally have always had, and I'm gonna reel us back in because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really try to this year. That was actually my New Year's resolution, which we can talk about today.
Oh yeah.
Is that my New Year's resolution was to be better at posting on social media, specifically for things that I want to get into, this show and other projects.
Yeah.
Like personal accounts, they're nothing compared to what it takes to go online and just try to get people to be engaged with what the things you're making.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than just saying like, hey, the weather outside is like bad. I did that like a couple weeks ago, and it got a lot of likes, but it's nothing compared to this is me, this is my show. Come try it out and see if you like it. It's totally different. It's nerve-wracking because it's people you know, and even though they'll sugarcoat their criticism. It's, you can sort of read that.
Yeah, it can be scary when you're first starting to do something, especially when it's a personal project, to kind of promote yourself in front of a bunch of people like friends and family and stuff. And especially because my YouTube channel is, like we plan to do a variety of things, but we really only have covered gaming so far. And so that's a very niche area of YouTube. And so when I promote, because I promote on everything, I promote on my Facebook. And
as you should.
I know that 90% of the people on my Facebook are going to be like, they have no interest in games, so they're going to watch it and be like, what the heck is going on?
They're not
like,
your
I don't
market.
Understand.
Yeah. They're not your market.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead.
No, there's on the point of like, if you find something you want to do and you want to take off, you have to keep hammering away. There's a guy on YouTube named Steve Dangle, who I'm the only Leafs fan in this box right now, but 9 or 10 years ago, he started doing videos after every Leafs game talking about it. And Leafs Fan Reactions was what the series was called. And people just hated him.
Yeah.
Nice catch.
Sorry. I was going to, but like...
I already said damn today, so it's okay.
10 years later...
We filled our swearing quota today, so
I tried. But yeah, like, he just kept doing it. 10 years later, he's doing that series, and he's working on TV for Sportsnet.
Nice,
and he's doing
that's awesome.
Broadcasting stuff, and it's like you never know what'll happen, so you may as well just keep hammering on with what you want to do.
Absolutely, all it is like you have to be dedicated and comfortable with your product. Basically, being like, you know what, like not everyone's gonna get it, not everyone's gonna love it, but the people that I'm marketing it towards will appreciate it and keep the comfort in that, like. take comfort in that fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's many examples of this, especially near Toronto, as much as we talk about this place and everybody in it, because that's our show. Wow.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, but like things like Letterkenny as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Letterkenny.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who would have thought that these small town guys that are just like making some videos that, if you were from actually downtown Toronto and you watch that, you probably wouldn't even understand the words that they're saying.
It's very stylized.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Letterkenny's a show that's like you love it or you hate it.
Exactly.
Jared Keesto, I think is his name. The guy who plays Wayne in Letterkenny was actually cast as Don Cherry in a miniseries at 1.2 before that. And it's just cool, like hockey. I'm I'm sorry.
It's okay. We need a sports guy.
It's true. We do.
I mean,
it balances it out.
Bautista re-signed?
Oh yeah, I did hear that for 1 year though.
1 year, and then the next 2 years are options, so him or the team can say, yeah, you're coming back.
Okay, so
and
like
then a year after that, I think, is the team can say.
Was he going to? We'll get back. But was the one that wanted to leave and then?
No, that Edwin Encarnacion was the other big name. Okay. He ended up taking less money in Cleveland than Toronto offered him, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. My heart will go on.
That was our news segment for the day.
Well, no, the news segment would be the pitcher, Giordano Ventura, who 20 minutes before we started, I saw the Twitter thing. He crashed his car and he's dead now.
What?
He's 25. He was a star pitcher. He's gone.
That's
crazy.
really sad.
I don't know, man.
It's not the first death this year, too.
This year,
or not this year.
25.
Yeah, because last year there was a guy, Jose Fernandez, pitcher for Miami, who crashed his boat.
Mm-hmm. That's awful.
Yeah, he was 24.
They're not. They should all sports people should have their licenses revoked. We need them. We need to save them all.
The NASCAR people.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's actually really funny.
We have fun here.
We have fun here, you guys. Oh, such fun.
I don't know. I guess that takes care of our news. I'm sorry.
No. You know, we needed to say it. There's only one other piece of news that we might have to cover, but I think we're all.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no news.
Yeah,
this week.
no international news that happened or anything.
No, it's fine. It's probably not. There's nothing else going on outside of this bubble we live in.
No, it's true. It'd be, especially since we can't see south because of the giant wall.
Yeah.
Zing.
Woof. I don't know, man.
That's the most political I've ever been on this show, and it probably ever will be.
I don't know. We had our hot takes episode that one time.
Yeah, it's true.
Hot takes.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about social media. So social media is really important, but that's not the only thing that is important. And I don't want to only be talking about that.
I think it's a balance. Like, you have to have good content, but if you don't have a social media presence, there's no way to advertise yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to be seen, basically.
And not just on Facebook, on your personal Facebook, not on just your personal Twitter. There's sites that are specifically for this sort of thing that people go to that they're more into up-and-coming YouTubers than they are into, huge ones. And they're out there, and they're looking for each other, and they might be a YouTuber themselves, and they connect each other. There's
a great site, actually, that I just heard about, and it's just starting to get big. It's called VidMe.
Okay.
It's like YouTube, but they're a smaller video content service. They're very, very cool. Like, if you talk to them, they have a great social media presence too.
Sweet.
So if you talk to them on social media, they usually respond. And if you are ever looking for up and coming YouTubers or video people, check out VidMe. It's really cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I was going to say YouTubers. Wait, that's the brand.
That's good because I'm kind of tired of Watch Mojo, so it'd be nice to find something new.
I think I might have watched every single Watch Mojo.
That's a lot of Watch Mojos.
List.
Yeah. Isn't that an episode?
It's got to be.
Yeah,
No,
I'm pretty sure Watch Mojo has a
seen
top 10 Watch Mojo. Yeah.
Man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Canadian show too.
Is it really?
Yep.
Very cool.
Did you just go English for a second?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the actor in her.
Yeah.
Or she's gone Cuban. I can't really tell.
I don't know.
Accents aren't my thing. I'm just trying to be funny. I'll just have my drink.
I'll see myself out. Bye.
Well, actually, this is perfect timing. We're going to take a little break. We're going to play a little bit of music. And then we're going to come right back and talk a little bit more with our special guest, Brittany, over here.
Hi.
So I hope you are ready for that. This is Thomas Acoin and Till with Brittany.
Hello.
Here on City Radio, the voice of Seneca College.
Ooh.
Say Radio, the voice of Semi College, and we're back. What a surprise.
Oh, boy.
I hope you're still here, because that was just, we don't talk anymore, but I want to talk to you.
Oh. Ooh, nice segue.
Thank you very much.
You should do this for, like, a regular thing you do.
For living,
Oh,
yeah.
wait. You think I have the face? The face for radio?
The face for radio.
Wow.
I mean, you have a pretty face. That's what I meant. For all things, not just radio.
Well,
I just offended. See, I'm never coming back because I just offended both of you.
I'm going to turn the lights down because of all the shade that just got thrown.
Wait, the lights are down.
The lights are dimmed. Yep, that's fair.
It's okay.
Actually, you kind of prefer this, so I'm going to be honest.
I know, it's romantic.
It hurts my head less.
Considering you're dating someone genetically similar to me, I think it's okay. No.
I don't know. You'll have to ask your brother.
If you say I'm ugly, then
wow.
No, it's totally.
This is getting into a weird personal territory that I'm not totally cool with.
That was just. I think that was authentic, true feelings from Attilio.
Huh?
Yeah.
Those don't happen often.
I don't know.
Feelings.
No, feelings
talking about.
No, those don't. Those two things don't go together. What does go together though is
peanut butter and jelly.
Peanut butter and jelly. What's another thing?
Cookies and milk.
Cookies and milk. White on rice. Actually, brown rice is also delicious.
Yes.
Vena cava and the aorta.
I didn't know there was going to be a test. I didn't study.
Yeah, there's one more thing that I think.
You've been studying your entire life. Things that go together.
Ham and cheese.
Yeah.
Sandals and socks.
Not exactly what I was thinking. What I was thinking is BratKat in video games.
Oh.
Yeah. See, I didn't. You should have wrote it down.
Yeah.
I needed notes for this.
Well, look, you got half of it on your card right there.
That's true. I have a card right in front of my face, and I didn't even.
But for video games have sort of been like a part of our generation's life. It's sort of been like a scourge of people that are so into video games, and it's such a part of their life that you take inspiration from them, and you take so much stuff, life lessons, whatever you can think of. So I want to talk about video games here with you because you're really the first person, or the second person I'll say, who has a large inspiration from that.
Yeah, totally.
So let's set this up a little bit.
Okay.
We're all video gamers here. Mm-hmm. We all like to relax, have fun, put a little bit of time.
A little.
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see.
the key word.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
And the 4 days a week that I don't work.
And I've myself have been known to get too much into video games, especially in high school. It was a little bit hard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now I'm on the outside looking in towards you two who have been playing a specific game called Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
And you've put just a couple minutes into it, I believe.
I have 110 hours in Stardew Valley. It's bad.
Not laughing because that's a lot, but it's just like...
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm not ashamed.
It's an understanding laugh, because I know that feeling.
You're getting Skyrim hours out of Harvest Moon.
Yeah. Starvest Moon. Yeah.
Starvingest Moon.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. I've never played the game. I don't really know anything about it. So why don't you guys tell me a little bit about it?
It's Harvest Moon, but prettier. I don't know. Like Harvest Moon is a farm simulator, which sounds really boring, but it's awesome, and everyone should play it because you get super addicted to building your crops and then waiting for 12 days
and trying to get a wife or a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
or both. You can
have both.
Oh, really?
You can have 10 separate relationships at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's
you
not
can have
monogamous?
same-sex marriage. It's super cool.
You can.
Super new.
Cool. Mm-hmm. It's polygamist, this game?
Game? You can get in trouble with your significant other if they know that you're dating. Like, they get jealous.
You're dating the other 4 women in the village.
Yeah.
So this game, what I'm getting is, if I lived in Owen Sound, this might have been my life.
Oh.
Or like up north.
Yeah.
This could have just been like what happens
if you had a grandfather who left you a farm. Yeah.
I mean, I have a grandfather who has a farm.
Oh yeah, you do.
Just real life simulator.
I forgot you totally have that.
You've been there.
Oh man,
I'm down.
Yeah,
I would love to build crops. Can we have animals? I just want all of the pigs.
Oh yeah, the farm itself has a couple hundred acres. I think. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know the size of an acre, to be honest.
All right, who needs YouTube? Like, let's just all move.
It's true.
Yeah.
I call being the cat person.
Okay.
Yeah.
The crazy cat person?
Well, I'm already one of those things.
Yeah.
Can I be the one that fishes all day?
There's a river.
Yeah,
totally. 100%.
Okay, cool. So, just go with some dental floss and like a coat hanger and just fish with that.
Yeah. I'm not going to go too deep in this hole, but it's always been one of those like guilty pleasures to like just give up everything in this like this hectic life that we live and just like go out and just farm. Like how it's not. I'm not going to say. I'm trying to step on eggshells here.
Yeah.
It's a simple life, but it's not simple in the sense that like
it's hard
you need
work.
to be dumb. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a life that you can live with simple pleasures.
Yeah.
I'd say.
I think any like not to like I think with any game specifically, if it gives you that feeling of getting lost in some form of media, like to the point where you're playing 100 hours in, I think that's the mark of a good game, honestly. Even if it is just like, it sounds very simplistic at its base, but it's got such a hook, and I know lots of people that have been super addicted to that game.
Pretty much all of our close friends have been.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And especially with Stardew Valley. Like I'm not going to say names because we could go through a list.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There's like a list of names. But 7 people I'll say.
Yeah, in our friend group it's pretty big right now.
Yeah. And like I said at the beginning, I am just looking in, and I know that's the thing. I know I would get way too into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I warn people, like, because I played it when it was, because it came out on Steam first, but it's been on consoles. I think it came out January sometime.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah, it came out recently. Mm-hmm. So everyone that's been getting into it more recently, I'm like, just so you know, you will lose your life for about 50 hours of the game.
Wait, is this the WoW killer?
Yeah, I never got WoW for that exact reason.
I never got Pokemon Go for that reason.
That was a killer too. Although you can go outside.
It's true.
You can go outside and play Stardew Valley.
Yeah, not if you have it on a console.
Sure you can. Slap it on your Vita.
You can if you believe.
Yeah, you can play on a Vita.
Yeah, but the Vita doesn't it only go so far? Isn't that a thing?
Like I don't have one.
I don't understand technology. Let's be honest. I just like click buttons. Like I said, there's 3 buttons here. I press, and then we're good.
Yeah, you know? I tried to put a Blu-ray into the PS4 last night and couldn't do that. So yeah, I know.
Oh, I so would have tried that.
It was not good.
That's strange too, because I think the PS3 does that. Oh well. Because we like I said, we're very into video games, and we've all taken at least some sort of lesson, and we've sort of found a deeper meaning in something that maybe other people don't see in a video game. You know, like you think it's much deeper, and it goes into this rabbit hole of like philosophical meanings and whatnot. But we all sort of have that one game where we've just sort of like we put on this pedestal and. We think it's really, really good for no reason. Yeah.
I find games that, like, the atmosphere gives me a hook.
Okay.
Like, I was super into... I had never played Fallout 4. But, well, I like silent protagonists.
Right.
I digress. Yeah. But Fallout I was so in love with because it was just this really cool atmosphere to explore. And I think that's what hooks me the most.
Okay, would you say that was like the one game that got you the biggest, or is there another game that is like taking that category?
I don't know. It's hard because I've liked games for I've played them since I was like my mom played video games while I was in the womb, so I have always had them in my life. So I think that I've had a lot of influences in different stages of my life. Like,
okay.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt this.
Fine.
I bumped the microphone. I got a text message from our good buddy Becca, who, first of all, sent, because we're talking about games now, she just sent me, deep meaning behind Sonic is to run away from your problems. So that's cool. But she wants us to say our favorite words, and then I guess we'll get back on topic.
Say our favorite words.
Yeah.
My favorite word is moist. Oh. No, I'm kidding. I just know a lot of people hate that word.
I like maybe boggle.
Oh, that's
like anything
really
with G's and B's. Boggle.
Boggle. Actually, this is actually real. I really like saying the word bagel or bagel.
Bagel.
I say both.
You mean
ways.
the right way?
Right.
I'm just kidding. I don't care what way you say
bagel. Should I turn the light down some more?
Do you know? I have one specific reason why I like saying it. The
bagel?
The way that people don't want to hear it. So I'll say bagel to the bagel people, or
because you want to be a disturber.
Exactly. And then I can say my favorite saying, which is tomato potato.
I say that too.
It's like, whatever, you know what I meant.
Tilly, you didn't say yours. You didn't say yours.
I don't have a comedic answer.
You just have to be real.
My favorite word is help.
Oh, that's sad.
You took it differently than I thought it was scary.
I was going in it's scary?
I feel like someone's going to listen to this radio show and be like, is that a message? Do we need to go to Seneca and save this poor man?
I mean it in the positive light. The positive, as in, like, it's my job to help people. That's what I do.
Oh, okay, you made it nice.
But we were on a topic before I did that. I'm sorry.
Shout outs to her.
Yeah.
Thank you. And if you ever do want to contact us, we'll be putting our social medias out there, and you can just call me.
Just call. It's a show. It's fine.
And
won't disturb anything
if you
at
live
all.
in Sweden, just call.
Yeah.
Long distances apply.
But do +1 before the number, please.
And charge it to make your payments out to BratKat. Thank you. I could use money. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Understandable.
Money's expensive, man.
It's true. Almost $1 to every dollar.
Whoa, man.
You see this? I'm getting a call right now.
All right, let's go live.
Should I do it?
Go live.
Okay, hold on. Let me put it on speaker.
Ooh.
Hello, you're on speaker.
I was told to call, so I called.
She called.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Haven't spoken to you in forever.
You're live on Tom and Till.
Oh, isn't it great? My lovely, 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 lovely voice
Mm.
can be heard over the telephone through another thing that's being broadcast.
It's a microphone.
Yeah. As you know, we're very professional here.
Hmm?
Like, what have you guys been up to?
Talking.
We're just, doing a show. No big deal.
Doing the show?
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I kind of interrupted your flow.
How
But,
dare you? I'm just kidding.
No. It's okay. Well,
messing around with you guys. You guys are my friends.
You guys.
This gives us the chance, actually. I wanted to know, do you want to come on sometime?
I didn't hear that part.
I tell you,
He's asking if you would want to come onto the show sometime.
Oh, totally.
all right.
Yeah, you're on live. Can't say no.
See you guys for next broadcast. You'll hear my voice a little more clearly.
Your sexy, sultry voice.
I'll put a cap on my...
Careful, she has a boyfriend.
That's true.
I normally talk with quite a bit of swearing. So,
Same.
yeah.
That's okay. We'll have a beep.
Put a little cap on it.
It's okay. I almost did a swear earlier, but then I had to stop. It's just the way it goes here.
Yeah, we're professionals here.
You have to put a cap on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Well, thanks for calling in.
Anyways, I'll let you guys back to your little show.
Oh.
Our little show.
Just your little show there.
Aww.
Thanks, Mom.
Watch yourself. Try not to scrape your knees.
I already did that.
On this radio show, don't scrape your knees or...
Really dangerous here sitting down.
You've clearly
For an
never met
hour.
me because all I do is get injured.
Yeah.
All I do is run with scissors. I am a bad...
All right, we're gonna cut you off and get back to it.
All right.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Oh boy. All right. Have a good day.
If you don't know, that's one of our friends, another person of talent who is going to be glad to be on. Maybe you'll see him a little bit later. Maybe that was a little bit of a teaser. Maybe not, because we're not really professionals.
I hope the microphone picked that up.
What's that?
I hope the mic picked that up.
We were getting some levels, so it might have been muffled. Sorry if it was. Like I said, later down the line, we're going to actually have a telephone here. It's right here. You can see it. That might be in use, so that will be
all
a
about
lot
a
more
process.
interesting.
All learning.
So be ready for that. Nabil, also, stop texting me while you're texting me.
Is it just horribly offensive stuff?
He just wants to talk about some phalluses.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you brought it up. Now that
phallus number 1, the CN Tower.
Right.
kind of pointy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it just tapers off. That's fine. Drake lives there. Phallus number 2, the Washington Monument.
Mm-hmm.
Could anything be more penisy? No, is the answer.
No.
That's all I got.
Thanks for coming on to the show, Brittany.
Thank you. This took a turn I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, which is why I'm gonna bring on the big old fishing rod here, not to reference Stardew Valley or anything. But I want to talk about my favorite video game.
Oh, do it.
My favorite
okay.
video game is one that I've put in way too many hours, and it's not because it has a great story. It's not because it's the perfect game ever, but I'm just able to play it and have a fun time, and no matter how many times I've done it. And that is Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I've watched you play that before.
Yes.
That one's
cool. It's a
cool.
really, really fun game. It's one of those, if you don't know me, personally, I'm a huge fan of the term roguelikes. This means that you can play a specific game as many times as you want, and you will pretty much never get the same game ever again. It's just one of those things. It's procedurally generated. All these words that mean practically nothing except for unless you're a programmer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nabil. So it's just a really fun time.
It's got essentially what you mean by that is it's randomized rooms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But because that's my game, and I've sort of poured it out to here, maybe we can talk about yours, and especially yours, because I think that would be a really, really cool conversation, because you've played a lot of games just like us.
Favorite games? I don't know. I love go ahead. Sorry.
It doesn't need to be of all time. Just your favorite
something
right now.
That's fair. I like because Crypt of the Necro Dancer, is that what it's called? That's an indie game, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of indie games because I'm a big retro game fan. So I find indie games kind of have that retro game feel that a lot of games today have kind of lost. I don't know. For favorite games, I've been replaying Banjo-Tooie.
Ooh, that's actually amazing.
That game will always be one of my favorite games.
I wish I didn't say Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
I topped you.
That was I still have very, very solid memories of running around on a bird, shooting things, and having a great time.
I played it over Christmas, and I almost completed it, completionist completed it. There's just one tiny thing I have left to do, and it's insanely difficult. I looked online to try and get advice for tips on how to beat. It's like Canary Mary. I don't know if anyone cares about.
We do now.
But listen, okay, so Canary Mary, she is not a nice person because you have to get a Cheeto page from her, and you have to race her.
Sorry, what?
And a Cheeto page?
Sorry, what?
It's a page of a book that gives you cheats in the game.
Oh, okay. Okay, a cheaty.
I'm totally not blushing for how much of a nerd I am, but that's fine. So I looked up online on how to beat it, and people are like, just screw it, just get a turbo controller because you can't. I had another tip was to use a spoon because you had to mash the A button so fast. So they were like, use a spoon because then you can use both hands to save your arms. I was sore for 2 days after trying to beat it, and I still didn't
mash
beat it. You have to
just go with your fingers like so.
I can't.
Was this recent that was happening? Or was this when you originally played it?
I've never completed it fully before.
But when you were doing this task?
This task was only over Christmas.
Okay. It's too bad James wasn't there, because if you don't know,
my
brother James...
He's so good at it.
It's crazy. We used to play Mario Party.
Oh.
Great game. And there's one particular game where you're trying to get yourself detached from a slime thing, and all you do is mash A.
I hate playing games with him because he's too good. I never beat him.
And thank you for the text, James. Like I said, you can text us and we'll read it. And James is wondering why my favorite game is now Binding of Isaac, which is I put way more hours into over Crypt of the Necro Dancer. And that's specifically because I think the thematic tone to Crypt of the Necro Dancer is a little bit better. Binding of Isaac is great, put more hours into it. I just think Necro Dancer has a bit more thought. It's got
such a cool concept. I've never seen, because for those who don't know, it's like DDR, but you're fighting in dungeons.
Yes.
It's rhythmic.
And what's great is it has full capabilities to be used on a DDR pad.
That is cool.
Yeah.
It's such a cool idea, and I've never seen it replicated since. I've never seen another game like it. And originality is really important when you're making a game, I think.
Yeah.
Even though I have no experience in making games at all.
That's because it's really hard to do.
Yeah, no kidding.
So that's my favorite. And your favorite?
Banjo.
We haven't heard a specific person.
I don't know. I think we've talked about this before as well. I can't pick one because there's so many different kinds of games, so I kind of break it up to linear stuff and open world kind of games. So for most of my life, my favorite game was Link to the Past. It's the first game.
Fantastic game.
The first game I can remember playing when I was 3 or 4. I played Quake 3 as well, but as a real tiny person, I played that, and it's like, you can just walk around, and it's bright, and it's colorful, and the music is amazing.
It's one of my all-time favorite games, too.
And it was mine until 2 summers ago when I played The Last of Us, and then I played it again, and again, and again, and again.
I knew you were going to say that.
And again. And then I got the tattoo last month of the Firefly, which it stopped hurting, so that's good. But, I don't know, it's hard to have... Well, it's difficult to say there's one that's the best. So it is very much like there's going to be people who dispute Banjo Series, people who dispute Necrodancer stuff. But I think that it's my favorite is The Last of Us because it kind of puts together all the stuff that I look for in not just like games specifically, but like when I'm watching stuff too. Like the music is amazing, and to watch how they put together. Experience. Yeah, like the documentary that they did, Grounded, where it's them in the mocap suits on the stage acting the scenes, and then they just put the graphics around it. So like the people in it are incredible. The music is it's changed how I write music and play music.
Cool.
By listening to it, it's like, oh, I want to try. Okay, this is
so
cool.
it's inspired you.
Yeah.
You know it's a good game if it
me and my
inspires
amateur music abilities. But like, it's just, I don't know, it pieced together all of the stuff that I loved in a very cool, because before I played it, I watched the, quote, movie of it on YouTube where it's the cutscenes and like some gameplay that tie the cutscenes together. And
I should do that because I've never played it, so then I could just know this whole
before
story.
I touched the game at all, I watched it, and like the sound design blew my mind.
Yeah.
Of like, there's so many little things that maybe you would think of.
Yeah.
Like you're walking through, and then there's the trees like rustling, and then a bird shoots out, and you hear it through the headphones going right to left, and like
cool.
It's so cool.
The word atmospheric is the only thing you can think of.
For sure.
Right?
I think with anything that's your favorite, like how you said some people would dispute it.
Yeah.
I think it's always whatever point in time. Like you could have said that game. I could have said Link to the Past. It's just... it changes depending on what you're playing and what's like really
100% of the time, which is why I try to pose the question: what's your favorite now?
Now,
like,
it's
all time. It'll change day to day.
All time is too hard of a question.
Yeah.
Also high on the list is Final Fantasy 15.
Oh,
which I have put 170 hours into.
I haven't finished it yet, but I do like it.
Me neither. Got to the last chapter.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so in love with it when I first started playing it, but that love is like starting to wear off.
There's some rad boss fights in that.
There are, for sure.
But like the little counter at the bottom of my screen past 170 is like, okay, let's just step back for a bit.
No, yeah, and like because of, let's say, content patches that are now becoming almost a normal thing, it's almost becoming a more difficult task to say what your favorite game is. Back in SNES days, SNES, Genesis, whatever you want to talk about, a game comes out and that's it, and that's what you judge it for until the sequel comes out, and then you judge that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you even play it.
Well, my favorite things in Fallout, like in 3 in New Vegas, were definitely the downloadable. Because I would always wait and get the Game of the Year editions because they had everything. And the downloadable content for those games are awesome. They're like stories in and of themselves.
Yeah, I actually really like those patches as well. Because it's almost like, they spent all this time making this giant world, right?
Yeah.
And now they can make this tiny, 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 tiny small thing. But it still has not as much content, but it's like a concentrated version of what the whole world is.
It's like a movie in a TV series.
Yeah.
That's like kind of what I would equate it to, because the add-ons for that particular game, like each add-on is usually about 3-4 hours.
True.
And it's just a whole arc in and of itself. Go ahead.
Sorry, it's like that's Fallout, and I love Fallout 3. Like that's like number 3 on my list.
Yeah.
But like in like a similar sort of vein of thought where they added stuff and then you judge it is No Man's Sky, where it started.
Did they add things?
Oh yeah.
You can build things now.
It's
that's good.
You can build bases, and they just like made everything more populated stuff a bit more. But like,
so do people like it now?
I liked it from day one.
Did you? That's good.
People were let down because
that's a whole other topic.
They added like Minecraft, where you can build stuff and you can do that normal, or you can do creative where there's no like resource expense, so you can just build stuff.
Okay.
So potentially you could make a planet into a city. an entire planet if you had the time and cared enough.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like he was talking about how they spend this time building this world, and then in No Man's Sky where they build these worlds plural.
Yeah,
and then you can populate it with buildings everywhere.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
It's a huge game.
Like that's a hard thing to judge because everyone was looking forward to all this cool stuff that was supposed to happen, and it came out and it was bare bones. And like now there's all this stuff you can do. You can't just judge a game by what you get on day one anymore, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Except for The Last of Us.
Speaking of judging something on day one, I hope you've liked this because this is almost our time. So I'm going to give Brittany a little bit of time to plug everything that she's been doing.
Okay.
And where you can find her.
So I have, we have a couple of videos coming up. The next one's probably going to be on a game that is kind of like Trauma Center, but bad. And so if you're interested in checking out what I do, if you're interested in checking out what I do, just check me out on YouTube. I'm youtube.com/BratKat, BratKat, and you can find me there. Yeah,
awesome.
I have Twitter and Instagram and stuff too.
So definitely, anybody, you listening out there, make sure you go do that because, like I said, the content is amazing, the jokes are funny, and the skits...
And if you don't like them, don't tell me, because I don't take criticism very well. Thank you.
This is why we're on a radio. No one can, they can't talk to us.
They can't talk back.
Yeah.
Well, we can, I don't very much care for your body of work.
Wow.
So. Oh, wow.
What did I just say about don't tell me criticism? What did I just say?
It's funny, because your sense of, your type of sarcasm does not come off audibly. You're, smiling.
It's okay. Me and Tilly are friends.
Well,
I'm not taking this
personally. I can't be mean to people. I'm not good at it. I don't like it.
I mean, you did a pretty good job just then. I'm pretty hurt.
Yo, I've been working with actors for 3 years now.
You're dropped in.
Through osmosis.
So that is it for this week. I hope you had a great time.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Thank you for coming on. We can't do this without the talent here on Tom and Till's.
Otherwise, we just have Toronto. Yeah. Which is still pretty great.
This is still pretty great.
Sure.
But it could be better.
Yeah. So we're stopping now, but I'm going to leave you with We Can't Stop here by Miley Cyrus here on Say Radio, the voice of Seneca College.